about bringing her jewelry, but I know that what she was about, and so did Mr. Gardner. He left here with a smile on his face. Mr. Moorhead and I had quite a laugh about it. Mr. Gardner's a bachelor, you know. He has... What was it, client Miss Anna Carraway? However did you know that? Aha! Miss Granger, we are assisting the police in an investigation of a criminal matter. May we examine Mr. Moorhead's office? Certainly not! Even if I could give you my permission, you couldn't get in. Mr. Moorhead always locks the door when he leaves, and he says you couldn't break into the office with a hammer. Try at home. Let's try it. You can't do that. Okay. That's really locked. Wait, where do we have to go to a park? So Sarah Carraway seems to be alive. And the London Zoological Gardens. Ah, elephant! Hello, elephant! Cute. Constable Dugan. Good morning, Constable. I've never known one of Inspector Greggson's men to wear zoo duty. Oh, it's you, Mr. Holmes. There's been a spot of trouble here, but we have it well in hand. We are limiting access to the zoo until we complete our investigation. What has happened? Well, confidential-like, a man has been killed under mysterious circumstances. You should take my meaning. War murderer. Indeed, I do. Perhaps Inspector Gregson can use some assistance. I'm sure he could, Mr. Holmes, though he's not likely to admit it. He's in a full mood today, sir. Watch your step, won't you? You'll find him blustering beyond the elephant's cage. Aha! Mr. Holmes, Dr. Watson, get right in. Elephant! The elephant is a female Indian pachyderm. She appears well cared for, healthy, and as happy as a caged animal can be. Well, her cage looks a bit small in my opinion, but I guess they didn't want to bother with drawing a bigger cage. Ah, Mr. Holmes, come to put your tuppence in, have you? Very public-spirited, I'm sure. You might as well have a look at the body. Good morning, Inspector. What do we have here? Deceased John Doe, stiff as the proverbial upper lip, dead 8 hours at least, from a crushing blow to the head. His pockets have been emptied. Robbery, I imagine. What can you tell me about how he was killed? I'm sure you'll have opinions of your own about that. You usually do. Have you discovered anything else, Inspector? Nothing I can tell. Nothing I can tell an amateur. Yes, I'm an amateur. Thank you. Okay, he was hit by the head and then a slash wound cut through the labels. There are several wounds slashed across the labels of his jacket. A good deal of tearing is evident. These tears of his, their pattern reminiscent of large claw marks. Aha, a broken leg. The leg seems to have been broken by a fall rather than by any human assault. The body of a middle-aged man lies in the characteristic pose of death. What's the characteristic pose of death? Anyways, the head is turned to the side and one knee is slightly drawn up. His black hair is matted by dried blood where his skull has been severely crushed. His clothes are very dirty, though they are of decent quality. The left trouser leg is ripped and frayed, exposing them deep lacerations and punctures. Oddly, there's very little blood surrounding any of the victim's wounds. So he was dead already when the wounds, because the heart wasn't pumping. Well, let's talk with Officer Callahan. Officer Callahan. Constable, have you noticed anything that might help Inspector Gregson see this case more clearly? I ain't seen nothing interesting except an elephant when I came in here. And somehow that response doesn't surprise me. Where was he killed, Inspector, and why have you moved the body? Ah, Mr. Holmes, you always proceed immediately to the crux of the matter. I just told the lads that this body's been moved, but how did you know? Given his head wound, there ought to be more blood on the ground where he fell. What? Yes, exactly my thought. He was certainly not done in here then. Correct, it was somewhat damp and dirty, and he was moved by a small person. Oh yeah? Next you'll be telling me what he had for his last tea. Given time, perhaps. I can tell you now that he was an inquiry agent by profession, a dark-eyed, left-handed bachelor, an ex-policeman, and a very foolish fellow. He was murdered by a hired killer. Mr. Holmes, you exhaust my good will and try my patience. When you talk like that, you surely do. Do I look like an idiot? You don't know all those things. You can't. You're just trying to show me up. Perhaps you had better move along. Remember, interference in the police matters in a criminal offense. You lately said that you never received interesting cases, Gregson. I'm sure even you can see that such a remark was at best premature. Too much pride is not a good thing, Inspector. Good day. Okay, let's explore the surroundings. He was moved by a small person. Have you noticed anything of significance here, Watson? Nothing you have not remarked yourself, Holmes. Sign. What's in here? This highly polished brass sign reads London Zoological Gardens, Peter Hollingston, head keeper. Well, let's open the door and explore a bit. What can I do for you, gentlemen? A lot of people look very similar. This one looks kinda like the guy at the theater. And Inspector Lestrade looks kinda like this other inspector. They are very lazy with some of the faces. Mr. Hollingston, I'm Sherlock Holmes, and this is my colleague, Dr. Watson. Could you tell us please who found the body? I almost tripped it over when I came to work this morning. Talk about starting the day on the wrong foot. When are the animal cages cleaned out? About 6 p.m. While the animals are being fed, why do you ask? Anyone in your staff had seen the murdered man? As I told you, Inspector, everyone except Simon Kingsley leaves the premises at 7 p.m. Simon doesn't have much to do with people, but he has an unusual record with all the animals. Felix, the lion, is a special friend. Passing strange, if you ask me, but there it is, to each his own. Since Simon didn't sound the alarm, I assumed the son of nothing. Aha, the lion. May we have Mr. Kingsley's address? There are one of 2 points I would like you to clear for me. Of course, he lives alone in the flat in Johnsonwood. The address is 241 Groveland Road, just opposite Lord's. I should say that Inspector Gregson seems quite uninterested in Simon. Somehow, that doesn't surprise me. Is there anything else you can tell us concerning this regrettable incident, Mr. Hollingston? No, I'm afraid you've exhausted my meager store of information. Okay, I kinda want to examine the lion's cage, because I'm pretty sure that he was murdered there. Okay, I can't go anywhere. I can't pick anything up here. Slash room, what claw marks. Sign. Sign. To the main gates. To the lion's cage. Ah, let's go there. Well, I would say he fell down into the lion's. Ah, shiny object. Inventory. News. Wire hook. Unshiny object. You can't do it. Shut up! A small shiny object reflects the morning sunlight. It appears to be